Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I'll be recapping the Jets-Colts game that just got wrapped up literally 2 minutes ago. I was live during the entire game, so shout out to everybody that was in the chat during that entire Thursday night game between the Colts and the Jets. It was a lot of fun with you guys, but this game, very disappointing. As we know, it was a Mike White show going in. The hype was real, and then Mike White, after throwing a touchdown pass to Elijah Moore, injures his forearm and comes out of the game. He's out for the remainder of the contest. Josh Johnson replaces him, and Josh Johnson finishes with a really good stat line and had a really good game. The offense was not the problem tonight. It was the defense. The defense looked absolutely atrocious from the beginning of this game to the end of this game. We cannot stop the Indianapolis Colts by any means necessary. And in this video, I just want to give you guys my brief summary and my thoughts about this game, what needs to improve, what needs to be adjusted, some positives and negatives in this game, a lot more negatives than positives, that's for sure. But please, guys, comment down below your thoughts about this game. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button if you guys enjoyed the video. So let's get right into it, guys. Starting off with Josh Johnson's stat line. He finished 27 of 41 completion percentage, 317 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. The Jets, low-key, had a chance to somehow make this a game. I mean, for the final score to be 45-30 is pretty ridiculous. I thought it was going to be a blowout, but the offense continued to play well under Josh Johnson. I think Mike LaFleur deserves some credit on back-to-back performances where the Jets had well over 300 yards in total. I think it was well over 400, actually. But I feel like the offense with a veteran quarterback looks different. They have confidence. The playmakers around them, even without Corey Davis, is looking good. We saw Elijah Moore have his breakout performance as a rookie, 7 receptions, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns for Elijah Moore. Had a breakout performance. That's great to see. But the big story about this game is the defense, man. It was absolutely inexcusable. I think that we just got dominated at the line of scrimmage tonight. The Indianapolis Colts came out here with a game plan to just work the trenches. And early out, Jonathan Taylor, Hines had so much room to work with. And every time the ball was snapped, it seemed like the offensive linemen were already in the second level blocking our linebackers in secondary. And if that's the case, you're just going to get absolutely destroyed on the ground. And that's exactly what happened. The Colts had well over 250 yards on the ground. You're going to lose the game if that's going to happen every single game. So for the Jets to go out there and lose the way they did, it's disappointing. You know, I feel like the defense has been exceeding expectations so far this season. In the beginning of the season, if you guys remember, the offense was the problem, and the defense kept us in games, but the offense was just absolutely atrocious, and that's why we started 0-4. And then now here we are. It's the complete opposite. The defense has been atrocious, and the offense is what is looking good. And there's no excuses with the defense this time around. Against the Patriots, when we gave up 54 points, C.J. Mosley was not playing in that game. So we're like, okay, well, that's disappointing. The defense looked atrocious, but C.J. Mosley, the leader of the defense, was not playing. And that's probably the reason why they were lost. Well, tonight, we were fully healthy. C.J. was out there. Jared Davis was out there. The defensive line was healthy outside of Bryce Huff. The secondary was good. Marcus May was down with an injury today, but still, the defense was full throttle, and they still cannot get the job done. There was a time where I think the Colts scored 4 straight touchdowns in the first half to get 28 points at the halftime. That's just totally inexcusable. You're not going to be able to win ball games there. So for Robert Saleh and Jeff Ulbrich, they got a lot of work to do on the defensive side of the ball because we're not getting to the quarterback. We're not being able to put any pressure. And because that's what we know the staple is of this 4-3 defense of Robert Saleh and Jeff Ulbrich is getting to the quarterback. Because if you get pressure, that's going to rattle him, and that bails out the secondary. And we're also not able to stop the run at all. So overall, complete nightmare performance from the defense, a wasted performance from our offense. And some people might say, like, oh, well, Richie, it was garbage time. The Jets offense just got a lot of garbage time yards and touchdowns. Well, I disagree because the Jets low-key made this a game. If Josh Johnson does not throw that interception in the red zone, the Jets are an onside kick away from going out there and tie the game. And I know that's crazy. It's very unlikely that happened. But Josh Johnson looked damn good in his first time starting with – well, he didn't start, coming in for Mike White. And it's really unfortunate. You feel for Mike White because going into this game, there was so much hype around him, not even just from Jets fans. The NFL world was rooting for Mike White because the story was great. Backup quarterback, drafted in the 5th round, got cut from the Cowboys, gets signed from the Jets. You guys know his story. Has a historical performance in his first quarterback start of his life. And then we're like, okay, Mike White on primetime football. What can he do? Is this going to be another Mike White show? And he goes out there and looks good. He leads the Jets to a touchdown drive and a second drive, and he injures his forearm, throws a touchdown to Elijah Moore, and we don't see anything from him. But then you got to give credit to guys like Josh Johnson. I mean, he came out there looking like a savvy veteran, over 300 yards with 3 touchdowns. It's pretty remarkable. You know, the run game did not really get going for us tonight. Michael Carter had 13 attempts for 49 yards, averaging 3.8 yards per attempt. That's not the greatest. Ty Johnson found the end zone, which is great to see. But the receivers are stepping up. You know, Keelan Cole had a good game, 5 receptions, 66 yards. Jamison Crowder had 5 receptions. Ryan Griffin found the end zone somehow. Denzel Mims, you know, unfortunately, he finally has an opportunity to do something with Corey Davis being injured. But tonight, he did not do anything. 1 reception for 20 yards. He had a crucial drop. Hopefully, Denzel Mims can finally get going in the future. But as of right now, you know, Denzel Mims got a lot of things to work on. Last week, he drops a touchdown. Tonight, he drops an easy pass. Not looking too good for the Denzel Mims hype train right now, but it's a very good sign that Elijah Moore is continuing to develop because, like I said earlier on in the video, there was so much hype surrounding Elijah Moore going into the season. And he started off slow. The offense was not clicking. And Jets fans are like, why was there so much hype about Elijah Moore and he's not involved in the offense at all? Well, he's coming off back-to-back performances. Last week, 6 receptions on 6 targets, 67 yards. Tonight, 7 receptions, 84 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's a great sign for Elijah Moore because he is a big part to this offense's future, and hopefully he can continue that trajectory. So the big question is, what are the Jets going to do about this quarterback room? We do not know the extent of Mike White's injury. We do not know if Zach Wilson's going to be available for next week as well. We still have Joe Flacco. Josh Johnson just looked pretty darn good. So that's a big question. But as you guys know, the biggest disappointment tonight was definitely the defense. They let us down. C.J. Mosley had to be held accountable. I think he knows that. Jared Davis, the pass rush, the secondary, you know, and the entire defensive line, because we were not able to stop the run the entire game. And if you let Jonathan Taylor just continue to pound the rock, go for 80 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, 30 yards, it's just a recipe for failure. And it's just really disappointing that this Jets defense went out there and laid that much of a dud on primetime football. One of the most embarrassing first halves of Jets defensive football I've watched in a long time. And the Jets, as we know, they're always known for their defensive prowess as an organization. But tonight was an absolute disgrace. And there's no sugarcoating it. There's no excuses. There's no this guy was injured. There's no this. There's no, oh, short week on Thursday Night Football. No, there's none of that. This Jets defense looked terrible, and I know that Robert Saleh is going to be inside these guys' brains and understand that they need to be held accountable. A lot of adjustments need to be made from the entire defense, and the offense wasn't perfect, but they definitely did look good based on what happened. I mean, listen, guys, we're down to our third-string quarterback, and our third-string quarterback just put over 300 yards after our second-string quarterback put up 400 yards. That's pretty crazy. You got to give credit to the quarterback room that the Jets have. Obviously, that's not what we want to hear because we want our guy Zach Wilson out there putting up these numbers. Hopefully, Zach Wilson can get healthy and start, you know, getting in there when this offense is clicking, because it seems like the offensive line's doing well. The tight ends actually had a good game tonight for once. The wide receivers are getting involved, the running backs. So it feels like the offense is turning in the right direction. But now it's time for Zach Wilson to hopefully get back out there, unless Mike White is going to continue to be the starting quarterback if he's okay with his injury. So, guys, that's really my recap about this game. There's not really a lot of things to say outside of the Jets defense looking absolutely atrocious. But please leave a comment down below your thoughts about this game. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Definitely a nightmare performance from the Jets overall. So please comment down below your thoughts. Like the video if you guys enjoyed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Let's go Jets as always. And I appreciate all the support. Peace.